Question about it, and it's a good handling car too, but despite the looks, it looks like a kind of a wieldy car, especially when you put it up against these Porsches and these Datsuns that are so compact. Look at that BMW, beautiful there in the classic Bavarian colors, and yeah, it just looks almost unwieldy. There it is, but I just love its little grille and the two headlights there, very Jaguar, very classic.
There they go, they take the green. Look at that, Ron Pauly right behind.
Three ways into the first corner, and who's going to take it? What a start.
Lisa Hansen on the outside of Ron Pauly there. Bernardo Martinez, I think he's like, I'm going to just let this one go here a little bit. But Lisa Hansen looks like she has the line. Ron Pauly might have the drag. Lisa Hansen, though, is a really good driver out of Acuri Motorsports. She told me it's been a while since she's been to Mid-Ohio, but it looks like it's caught right back up to her. And Bernardo coming in on the inside, but Ron Pauly should have the muscle to take him through this long straightaway.
Good clean start as they head down the back straight. The Alfa Romeo in third place, looking to try and make a move, but it's the Porsche out front, the 110 machine of Lisa Hansen, who leads the way into turn 4. Here comes the Alfa.
Yeah,
Can't quite do it.
The Alfa's got the agility over these cars, but doesn't quite have the muscle that they do. As we look at the great shot of madness, lots of cars here for the car show, lots of spectators up on the hill. So glad to be back at Mid-Ohio. And ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your iPhone, your Android, your TV screen. This place is this beautiful in real life.
Yep, no question about it. And it, full of fans, it really is special. I watched the Cobras come in yesterday, and you've got, like you say, you've got a lot of show cars here just to show off their cars, and then you've got the guys who are actually racing in SVRA. Farms with the red roofs in the background. It's so classic Mid-Ohio. We're about an hour from Columbus, and about the same for Cleveland, and we're out in the countryside. It's absolutely glorious. John Nash going through there in the odd one out car in many ways. He's the only open car there, I think.
Yeah, that Lotus 7, and that car is a little bit underpowered, but it's so light it makes up for it. It's very nimble, and a light, nimble car at Mid-Ohio will really, really help you out. And the fact that he's right-hand drive, we're going right-handed this way, so he has the advantage over left-hand drive cars because all of his weight's on the inside corner.
Yeah, good point.
But Bernardo Martinez is really showing me something because he hangs that wheel, that right front wheel, in that 1966 Alfa Romeo GTV. That car should not be keeping up with these cars. And that's Drake Dittman in that E30.
Well, I'm going to be interested to see what third place man Martinez does as they come down to turn 4, because he made a look, did the Alfa last time out. He doesn't do it this time. He stays in third. Good battle for fourth place as well.
Oh, and the Lotus Elan, Keith Dunbar around right there at turn 4. That nimble, nobody can outbrake, nobody can outturn these little Lotus Elans and Lotus 7s, but then they have a hard time getting the power down.
Great little pocket battles. We've got a top 3 battling away. They're ahead of this next battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's a 3-way battle. And then another little 2-way battle just behind that as we look high above Mid-Ohio from the drone, and you can see the fields and the lake in the background. Beautiful, beautiful setting.
Look at this battle up here.
It's good. Here comes the Alfa Romeo, though, finally in third place. It's going to go for it. BMW pulling away from the two Porsches, and from the Porsche and the Lotus.
I love the look of these Alfa Romeos. We've got a lot of Alfa Romeos here this weekend. The cool thing about these little groups like this, the Alfa group, I know the MG group really keeps up. So they must have all gotten together on an email chain and said, hey, let's all come race Mid-Ohio together. And we love when things like that come together. Such beautiful cars as we look at the number 81 in that Porsche there. Lots of fun to see Nicholas Clements out here, 1967 Porsche 911S. I wish we could get a close-up of the stripes, the designs on those stripes going down the hood. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's a distinctive looking colored car, isn't it? Here comes John Nash. Yeah, back at you, Porsche.
And I have a feeling they're going to be doing that quite a bit. That's Simon Robinson battling right there with John Nash, both in Group 8.
Well, we followed these guys, and I'm sure Nash was at Sebring, but all the way back to late February, early March, when these guys were in action, and they've been around the States. You've been with them. I haven't been to every round, but they sure enough enjoy themselves each weekend, don't they?
Yeah, and that's what all this vintage racing is. Whenever anybody asks me what my job is, I always tell them my job is to be like concierge or camp counselor, because we're providing a vacation for these men and women that are out here racing these beautiful cars with us. You know, this is not a professional racing series. This is truly vintage racing for the love of racing. We tell people our tagline is some people collect art and we race it.
Yeah. Shot of another Alfa Romeo of Hal Nichols there in the all red in that 1971 Alfa Romeo GTV.
So Jonathan, I told you what my favorite car is in this group. How about you?
I'll tell you, I did see it. It's car number 33, and it's a Datsun. I love the colors, I love the color scheme, and I just love a racy Datsun. Absolute classics.
Yeah, Hal Nichols right there. Going at it, getting overtaken.
It's the 33, excuse me. It's John Wiley's Datsun 280Z.
David Hubbard in that Datsun 280.
Ooh, and did John Nash just pull off?
I don't know.
Yes, he did.
Uh-oh.
He just pulled.
Oh, and we have a spin at
Whoa,
one.
A big one.
Into the kitty litter right there. That's pretty deep in. That's probably going to bring out a full yellow.
Yeah, turn one it will.
Look at that beautiful Alpha 07A. Chris Rader, thank you for bringing that car. So much fun. Tom Benjamin behind him in the number 35. As we look, that Porsche is going to be stuck there. That's going to probably bring out a yellow, but we'll see what race control RC says. They might be able to put out a local yellow there.
Is it true that RC changed his name by default?
Yeah. John Blagojevich, as I met him, he was our black flag, and you know, he had heard from people that you always dress for the job that you want.
Right.
So he changed his name, his initials, to RC. And
That's
sure enough, now here he is in race control.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hal Nichols was the last one we saw in the 44.
We're not going full course yellow, and Ron Pauly has the lead, but Lisa Hansen and Bernardo right there. There's the replay of the spin.
Yeah.
That was a pretty agreeable spin, just right into the deep kitty litter. But I'd like to see a shot right now. Lisa Hansen, Bernardo Martinez going for the fight up front.
Just over 4 minutes to go in our Group 8B, 8 and 12B. As you say, Ron Pauly leading the way. Lisa Hansen led early. Still haven't seen my car number 33 yet, but I saw her.
There's double yellow.
There we go. That's almost classic Alfa colors if you think about it.
And with a name like Peter Raganetti, you better be driving an Italian car.
Yeah, no kidding.
HD Woodruff behind him in that beautiful blue BMW 2002. HD races with us about 1 or 2 times a year, but he's in the SVRA group out there in Texas, in your land of Austin, Texas. Really good guy, great driver.
I'm amazed, actually. The more I learn about Austin car culture, the more I realize how deep it is. And it goes from 16-year-olds all the way through to classic owners. You know, we have car shows almost every night in Austin. If you get on Facebook, there's always a show and tell, or a car show, or you know, 24 hours of lemons, whatever's going on. And COTA's now very much becoming part of that. It started off as just sort of MotoGP and Formula One, but now everybody's getting a bit. We've even got drive-in movies now at COTA.
I love it. But what happened there? It was double yellow that I saw. Then I saw HD pass, and I thought, uh-oh. But then the next couple corners, I didn't see a yellow again. But I'm seeing double yellow from the starter stand.
I've been seeing double yellow all day, man.
So I don't know what happened, but hopefully HD gives that place back, because I think we were under double yellow, but some corner workers were and some weren't. As they line up with 3 minutes to go.
Wouldn't you love to just get in a John Deere now and plow all that down in the background?
Actually, I brought Levi with me. My son here, 13 years old, he's sitting right next to me. And I told him here at Mid-Ohio we have to paddock a lot of drivers because everybody wants to come and race here in the grass.
Yeah.
So the first couple days we were here, he was out mowing people's paddocks. So if you remember, Levi, that Lotus right here, we mowed his paddock and currently in 4th place. It's Maybe that's why he's so fast. He didn't have to deal with the tall grass in his paddock.
That's probably it.
Yeah, Keith Dunbar, 67, Lotus Elan. It's a good group of cars out there, lots of fun. And there's my Jaguar. So they're on their final lap. This is going to end. I've got to go to qualifying, Jonathan, for TA.
All right, hop off you go. There's that beautiful Jaguar again, the 78. And as Ben Sissel heads off to join TA qualifying, we'll stay with this, obviously. And we'll also be covering the TA qualifying coming up. And that is qualifying for the TA, XGT, SGT, and GT Championship. Their race, the feature race tomorrow. Full weekend of racing for the Speed Tour. It's round 5 of our coverage anyway for Trans Am and SVRA. Although both championships dip in and dip out. They've got the West Coast coverage as well, of course. And this is the final lap then. And it looks as though Ron Pauly, the man you're looking at, in Group 8. And 12B, and of course Pauly in 12B. 2.8 litre IS 300. And it may look like a modern car, but it is a bit of a classic. 2004. I know that doesn't sound that long ago to those up in their ages, but it now absolutely qualifies as a classic car. So we had a spinner at turn 1, that brought out the caution. And so it looks as though we're going to finish this race on the final lap with no real attack mode. But that doesn't matter. Still haven't seen my Datsun. Not sure he made it out. And leading the way is the brand new Honda Civic, our safety car for all the series. And that's a pretty trick Honda Civic too. They've really gone angular with that Civic, certainly in the R mode. Very racy looking. And has the power to go with it. And in fact, its engine is used in our single-seaters as well. In the FR Championship and the F4. Exactly the same Honda Civic engine as the one that you've got in your Honda Civic, potentially. And there is the finish then, and so, as expected, Ron Pauly in that Lexus takes the win, ahead of Lisa Hansen, who led earlier on in that Porsche. She takes second place, Bernardo Martinez, who was pushing early in third, Keith Dunbar in fourth, and Drake Dittman rounding out the top 5. And then it's the Porsche 911S of Nicholas Clements in 6th place, David Uber in 7th position in the Datsun 280ZX.